Let's learn Windows 11 and Office 365 with easy beginner first steps. Today we are taking a full guided tour through the Windows 11 Task Manager. If you have ever wondered why your computer slows down, which apps are using the most resources, or how to safely end a frozen program, this walkthrough will show you everything you need to know. I will cover every page, every major feature, and the new Windows 11 layout. You do not need to be technical. Just follow along step by step. Let's get started. There are several ways to open Task Manager in Windows 11. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus Escape. This is the fastest method. Right-click the Start button and choose Task Manager. Press Ctrl plus Alt plus Delete and select Task Manager. Or right-click the taskbar and select Task Manager, or search for it in the Start menu. Most people do not realize there are multiple ways to open Task Manager, so use whichever feels easiest. Once it opens, you will see the updated navigation pane on the left. This is where all the major sections are now organized. Windows 11 has redesigned Task Manager with a cleaner and more modern interface. On the left, you have a vertical navigation pane. Microsoft officially calls these pages are processes, performance, app history, startup apps, users, details, and services. At the top, you will see the command bar where you can run new tasks, switch to efficiency mode, or access settings. Once you know where everything is, Task Manager becomes much easier to understand. If your system is in dark mode, Task Manager will match it automatically. The Processes page is the heart of Task Manager and the place most people come to troubleshoot problems. At the top, you will see Name, Status, CPU, Memory, Disk, and Network usage. Some computers also show GPU usage depending on the hardware. Below the headers is the full list of running apps, background processes, and Windows processes. Let's break down what each column means. CPU shows how much processing power each app is using. Memory shows how much random access memory, or RAM, is being consumed. Disk shows read and write activity. Network shows upload and download usage. GPU shows graphics processing usage. Click on any column header to sort it. The first click shows the highest usage, and clicking again reverses the order. Watching which apps are using the most resources is the easiest way to see what is slowing your system down. If an app is frozen or using too many resources, select it and click End Task in the top right corner above the columns. Windows will close the app immediately. A quick note: avoid ending anything labeled Windows Process. These are core system components, and closing them can cause system instability. Now let's talk about Efficiency Mode. Efficiency Mode appears next to End Task, but it may be grayed out for system or Windows processes. It only works on regular apps that Windows allows you to throttle down. Efficiency Mode reduces the priority of an app, so it uses fewer resources. To enable it, right-click any supported process and choose Efficiency Mode. This is helpful for background apps that do not need full power. Next, on the navigation pane, click the Performance tab. On this page, you will see real-time graphs for your CPU, memory, disk, Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and GPU. On the CPU page, you can see your processor model in the upper right corner. Below the graph, you will find details like base speed, number of cores, and your system uptime. If your CPU graph is constantly spiking, that usually means an app is overworking the processor. Ending that app's task and restarting it can often calm the spikes if it was the cause. On the memory page, you will see how much RAM is installed in the upper right corner. Below the graph, you will find details like how much is in use, how much is available, and your RAM speed. On the disk page, you can see the drive model in the upper right corner. Below the graph, you will find additional details like active time, read and write speeds, and capacity, along with whether the drive is an SSD or an HDD type of drive. The Wi-Fi or Ethernet page shows your connection speed in the upper right corner, along with real-time network activity in the graph below. The GPU page shows your graphics card usage, temperature, and dedicated memory. This tab is also great for diagnosing performance issues. You will notice several graphs here, usually 4, and each one has a drop-down menu that lets you switch between different metrics. Windows gives you up to 11 different GPU graphs, so you can view exactly what your graphics card is doing in real time. The App History page shows resource usage over time, mainly for Microsoft Store apps. On this page, you will see CPU time and network usage since the last reset. This page is most useful for people on metered connections, but it is still good to know it exists. Next, click Startup Apps on the navigation pane. This page controls which programs launch automatically when you sign in. Each app has an impact rating, low, medium, or high. High-impact apps can slow down your login time. To disable something, select it and click Disable in the top right corner. A good rule of thumb: if you do not recognize it, leave it enabled. If you installed it yourself and do not need it at startup, disable it. With your startup apps optimized, let's continue to the next page. Back on the navigation pane, click the Users page. The Users page shows resource usage per user account. If multiple people are signed in, you can see how much CPU, memory, and disk activity each one is using. You can also expand each user to see all of their running processes. This is especially helpful with shared or family computers. Next on the navigation pane, click on the Details page. The Details page is the advanced view of all running processes. Here you will see every running process, including system-level tasks. You will also see the PID, or Process ID, which is useful for troubleshooting. You can right-click a process to set priority, end the task, or open its file location. In general, avoid changing priority levels. It rarely improves performance and can cause system instability. Now that the Details page is covered, let's move on to the last page, Services. The Services page shows all background services running on your system. You can right-click any service to start, stop, or restart it. If you need more control, click Open Services at the bottom. This opens the full Services console. As a rule, only stop services if you know exactly what they do. Many of them are essential for Windows to function properly, and that is your full deep dive into the Windows 11 Task Manager. You now know how to monitor performance, end frozen apps, manage startup programs, and understand what is happening behind the scenes on your computer. If you found this helpful, feel free to check out my other Windows 11 tutorials, and let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you learn a new skill. Please keep exploring more Windows and Office tutorials.